Hey everyone, for today's video, we are going to talk about common mistakes that home buyers make when trying to purchase a home in a buyer's market. And today we're really going to delve into 3 different issues that I've seen come across the board that I see home buyers make, even in a market where homes may be sitting on the market longer than we've actually ever been accustomed to. So the first one we're going to talk about today is buyers overplaying your hand. Look, homes have been sitting on the market longer than they ever have. It's not uncommon to see triple-digit days on market. Sellers are getting more negotiable. In some cases, sellers are getting desperate, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want to overplay your hand. When making an offer, you want to have a competitive offer and you want to be realistic in what you're offering. There's a home that's listed for $400,000. The seller's probably not going to sell it to you for $200,000. However, there is room for negotiation. What's important is that you still want to give the seller the premise that you are a serious buyer and not just a tire kicker. If you really love the home, you want to make a competitive offer. It is absolutely okay to offer under asking price. It's absolutely okay to ask for seller concessions. In some cases, it may be okay to ask for both. However, you want to be very realistic in making your offer. Having that conversation with your lender and having that conversation with your realtor is extremely important. Number 2. The next thing we're going to dive into is days on market and not making the offer when you should. I've had this come up 3 times in this week alone, where homes have been sitting on the market for 90 days plus. 90, 100, 110 days, right? It took the buyer a week after they decided they wanted to make an offer to actually make the offer. Now, unfortunately, in all of those conditions, in all of those situations or scenarios, I should say, every one of those offers got a second competitive offer. So the thing that you want to keep in mind when you're out there looking in the market and you're out there days on market, a home is going to be available until it's not. What you want to understand as a buyer is if you really love the home, make an offer. Have them counter you on your offer. But it's important to make the offer because you never know when another offer may come in and you never know when cash is going to come into play. So ultimately, at the end of the day, do not overplay your hand, right? It is a buyer's market. But if you really love a house, make the offer, get it under contract, eliminate your competition, because the longer you wait, the more you invite competition to come in. Everybody's seen pictures of the same house that you love online, and all it takes is somebody's situation to change to decide that they want it, or maybe they even want it more than you. So long story short, if you love the house, make the offer, get it under contract. So the third topic I want to discuss is assumptions. And the old saying goes, you know what happens when you assume, right? You make an ass out of you and me. So when you're looking at a home and you want to make an offer on a home, don't assume that seller already either has an offer or they want more than list price or they're going to take the house off the market, right? That home is on the market for a reason. That means the seller has already decided and already hired an agent to sell that home, okay? If you love the home, make the offer, okay? Because you never know what that seller is going to say. This is a buyer's market, as I've said. Make the offer, again, without overplaying your hand, but make the offer and let the seller come back and counter you. This market has returned to where buyers and sellers are back to coming to the negotiating table, right? This is a very far cry of where we were from basically 2012 to 2022, right? For as long as we can remember, it's been a seller's market, right? The listing price was the minimum they would take. Now it's no longer like that. Don't assume that, oh my God, the seller's not going to come off their price, or don't assume that the seller's not going to take a contingency of me selling my house or anything like that. You never know when an offer is going to come in. So if you love the house, make an offer, start negotiating with your realtors and their realtor, start negotiating to get that house under contract so that you don't lose it, because the longer you wait, the more you invite somebody else to come in and take your dream home. So these are 3 big mistakes that a lot of home buyers make and that I've seen them make in the process. Don't lose out on your dream home. If you have any questions, call me at 954-369-6171. Let's strategize on how we can get you into your dream home before someone else takes it.